Hello everyone and welcome back to another Pony&Wolf Productions video. My name is Visual Pony and today we are reading the story Roseluck Learns Puns by RoseluckyCinor. Also, here is an amazing list of those amazing people who keep donating to our food fund, which is very much appreciated because, guys, food is something that we need and food is something that I really enjoy, even though that, recently we have only been eating ramen and other, pre-made products, which is not very healthy and not very fun. But what can I say? It has to be done. So, without further ado, let me also remind you that, well, we do have a Patreon. We do have, down in the description below, we have these wonderful things that, merch store and super thanks and one-time donation links. And if you do not want to support us financially, liking and subscribing and also sharing this video helps our channel out quite a lot. A Terminus of Fates. Our story begins, as with most, with a sad little filly, and unlike most, our begins at a Canterlot casino. You see, poor little Roseluck was trying her best to win the jackpot of one of her favorite slot machines. A waiter had given Roseluck her third complimentary beverage when he thought on the mare's poor lottery performance. "I guess you're just out of Roseluck," he told her. A few of the ponies at the other slot machines began to giggle. Roseluck's pale face shimmered a deep red as she ran from the casino. She only stopped to sob on the train ride home. Tears matted her coat. How they can make Roseluck puns so easily, but I can't," she cried. Roseluck's woes began many years ago when she was but a filly. Her parents had no idea of the problems little Rosie dealt with at school. Such terrible interactions like so. "Hey Roseluck, can I borrow some crayons?" asked young Cold Olive. Roseluck looked down at her crayons, having great need of them shortly. "Sorry, Olive, but I need them right now," she trailed off. "Oh, I see," Olive chided and then addressed the whole class. "Hey every pony, I guess every rose does have a thorn." This was not even close to the end of Roseluck's dilemmas. As you can see from her prom, she couldn't even make a pun to save her life. "So Rosie, this was a fun dance and all, but are we going to, Olive asked the shy little mare. "Sorry, Olive, but I guess you're not getting Roselucky." She paused, waiting for a laugh. No one laughed. Oh boy. By the time the timid mare reached her first year of college life, she knew her life's goal. That being to make puns of her own name which would cause others to laugh. Her studies focused on the English language, old poems, and famous playwrights. Sadly, none of this helped the pony perform what she truly wished. A girl who could tell a joke about her own name in a way that would cause merriment and mirth. These failures led to the mare we see today. A mare that cries on the train ride to her modest home in Ponyville. Here she is now, lounging on a couch she bought a few years back on a rather good deal. "Hey, do you have change for a rosebuck?" she asked the air. "Ha, no, that won't do." Roseluck flipped over onto her stomach and grumbled. "Stupid puns." Roseluck thought deeply for a second. Who knows a lot about words and wordplay, she wondered. Mentally she went through a list, yet only one name stood out to her. Twilight Sparkle, Ponyville librarian. She leapt off her couch and grabbed her scarf. She may be in a hurry, but it would be foolish to forgo the proper protection in an equestrian winter. She met only one pony on the way to the library that night. A stallion well known to her, for that stallion was Olive. As she passed, he said loud enough for her to hear, "I keep running into things. I must have bad nose luck." He chuckled at his own pun. Roseluck stopped. She was tired of this foolish colt's jokes.
Olive, give it a rest,
she demanded as she faced him. Why? It's funny, he chided her. Rose huffed.
Perhaps it's not funny for me. I can't make these jokes, Olive, and it really hurts me that everyone else can.
Olive trotted over and put a hoof around her shoulder.
I'm sorry, Rose. I never knew you felt this way. If you had told us earlier, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, fuck you too, Olive. Rose, look.
Olive started, only realizing too late what he had done.
Ah!
Roseluck frothed and leapt at the stallion. Luckily, the stallion was several times bigger than the gardener and was able to easily fend her off. After a few minutes of feeble attempts at what the mare considered an attack, she stopped and breathed heavily.
I got you good, didn't I?
She asked. Yup. Olive lied. Roseluck beamed.
I'm on my way to the library. Bye, Olive.
Rose galloped through Ponyville, hell-bent on getting to that library before it closed. She got there just as Twilight was putting away some of the last books.
Hey there, I'm sorry, I've forgotten your name,
she said awkwardly. Spike, who was sleeping upstairs, dreamt vaguely of a fine Italian dinner.
I'm Roseluck, Twilight. Sheesh. I gave you those roses, remember? Oh, yes,
Twilight responded.
Now, what can I help you with?
Roseluck scuffed a hoof across the wooden library floor.
This is kind of embarrassing, Twilight.
Twilight grew concerned. This wouldn't be the first time a mare came into her library late at night and confessed their love to her.
I see,
she said cautiously.
Yes, Twilight,
Roseluck began. Twilight cut her off.
Now, Roseluck, I'm really not into this sort of thing. But you're my only hope. Roseluck, I barely know you, and this is so sudden. I simply can't... You can't help me with puns?
Rose asked quickly.
Oh, yes, puns. I can help you with that. I got my master's in linguistics. Yay! I need this so much, Twilight. You see, everyone's making puns out of my name, and I can't do that at all. If you could just find it within yourself to help me, that'd be great.
Twilight looked to her bookcase and retrieved a hefty tome with the aid of her magic.
Well, you came to the right place, Rose. I happen to be the queen of puns, and many ponies find me to be quite punny. Ha! I bet they do. Now what can I do? You see, when I was young, my parents put me in the Pangeon. It was quite pungent. It was there that I took it upon myself to become the very best in the world of puns.
Twilight looked up from the book. There was no other pony in the room. Roseluck had left the bookish mare alone. She couldn't find the answers to her problem with her, but maybe somewhere, someday she would. For this was her most sacred quest.
It is once again time for comment time with me, Luna, the comment kitty. Like and subscribe so that my can openers can buy me more amazing toys and treats. Sometimes I allow them to buy some food and stuff for themselves too, but only after I had my own share first. Also, don't forget the merch store and the Patreon in the description down below. That way you can get stuff earlier or support the channel and get amazing merchandise. This story has kind of a misleading name, since Roseluck does not learn puns at all. She tries and goes to Twilight for it, but she still doesn't get a solution. Though, personally, I thought her Roselucky pun was pretty funny. Now go away, there is a treat with my name on it.